Donald Trump has failed across the board since coming back into office. That's not an opinion. That's not just, I hate Trump and he fails at everything. It's literally statistical failures across the board. So what do when everything you do makes the lives of Americans worse? The answer for this administration has been quite simple. Since day one, they have started deleting federal data paid for by the taxpayers. We own that data. But they have been deleting data on everything from child mortality in the United States, hunger rates in the United States. They've deleted data tracking environmental disasters and chemical toxicity in the air, water, and soil. Data that saves lives. Data that actually helps the federal government know where to direct resources. Do we need to go clean up this community because corporations have poisoned it so badly? Do we need to invest in more rural hospitals because they have higher child mortality rates? Babies are dying, and we don't want that. Right? Isn't this the administration that a week and a half ago had Dr. Oz go out there and tell us too many Americans are underbabied because you idiots are deleting the data that could provide doctors guidance to be able to save the lives of those babies? It's not that people aren't trying. It's that this country has gone to such shit conditions that babies are dying after being born. But The Guardian actually put together a phenomenal list of not only what is being deleted from the federal government, data that of course shows Donald Trump's failures, but also how this will impact our lives moving forward. Because as they put it, federal data touches every corner of American lives. And here's how. 1 in 3 Americans live near hazardous chemicals. Now, it's harder to tell if you are one of those 1 in 3 people. Babies born in the U.S. have a higher chance of dying than almost all other high-income countries. We've stopped tracking why. Hunger is rampant in the U.S., but the government is no longer asking people about it. So we're no longer tracking hunger and food deserts here in this country, because if we did, the data would look horrible and it would make Trump look bad. More than half of trans youth have considered taking their own lives, but any mention of trans people has been deleted from government data. Because, woke, DEI, can't mention trans people. The cost of climate disasters has climbed to nearly $200 billion a year, and the government is no longer recording them, tracking them, or planning for them. That one in particular hits a little close to home because it literally hits my home. If the government is not tracking climate disasters, if it's not keeping records of what these disasters cost, what mitigation could have done, what mitigation would have cost, they don't dole out through FEMA money for disaster mitigation. Meaning the disasters that we experience now, especially as we're coming up on hurricane season, will be worse than ever. Because we're not going to have a federal government that is prepared in any way, shape, or form to help those of us that will be affected this hurricane season. All of this data was paid for by our tax dollars, as I previously said. We own it. That's ours. But they're deleting it. They're deleting it never to be found again, most likely. And not just the data from the day he came into office either. They're deleting data from several decades. This is the generational damage that I have talked about so much that this administration is doing. If we lose that data permanently, we can't get it back. We cannot plan for the future if we are not tracking what is happening now and what has happened in our recent past. It will take a generation to recover and rebuild those data sets because it took a generation or more in some instances to gather it in the first place. We are screwed for decades to come because of the narcissism of that big fat orange blob sitting in the White House. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.